Vanakkam. The monthly news bulletin of Yarl Marai TV. News editor Reverend Father Anton Stephen. I am DILANI Edward Nathan.
I am Jeriksha Judson.
First, the headlines. 37th commemoration of Jaffna Teaching Hospital Massacre.
Sri Lankan President meets victims' families, promises justice for 2019 Easter attacks.
16th Memorial Lectures honors late Right Reverend Dr. Deogupillai in Jaffna.
Director Generals of various congregations visit Jaffna Diocese.
Jaffna University marks Golden Jubilee with special celebrations. Now, the news in detail. The 37th anniversary of 1987 Jaffna Teaching Hospital Massacre was commemorated on October 21st. Organized by the hospital administration, the ceremony included a memorial flame and floral tributes to honor those who died in the assault by the Indian Army. Over 75 people, including doctors, nurses, staffs and patients, were killed in the tragic attack. Hospital officials, staff and families of the victims gathered to pay their respect and remember those lost. On October 21st and 22nd in 1987, a tragic incident occurred at Jaffna Teaching Hospital when a battalion led by Indian Army officer Colonel Brar launched an assault on the hospital. The attack, which involved gunfire and grenade explosions, resulted in the deaths of over 75 individuals, including 3 doctors, 2 nurses, 21 hospital staff members and 47 patients. This event remains a significant and sorrowful chapter in the history of Sri Lankan conflict.
Sri Lankan President Anurakumara Dissanayake met with the families of victims of 2019 Easter attacks at St. Sebastian Church in Katuwapitiya, Negombo on October 9th. He laid a floral tribute at the memorial honoring those killed and injured, reaffirming his support for the affected families. In the meeting, President reaffirmed his commitment to ensuring justice for the victims of the 2019 Easter attacks, which claimed the lives of 258 people from 16 different countries. He emphasized that investigations into the attack would be expedited and stated that measures would be implemented to prevent such tragedies from happening again in the country. President Anurakumara Dissanayake highlighted that one of the key reasons for his election victory was the public's hope for justice regarding the Easter Sunday attacks. He reiterated his commitment to delivering the justice and fairness the people seek, assuring that efforts to achieve this have already begun. At the event, Colombo Archbishop Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit emphasized that despite an appeal to the Human Rights Council in Geneva for justice for the victims of the Easter Sunday attacks, no resolution has been reached. He expressed support for President Anurakumara Dissanayaka's efforts, highlighting the public's trust in the new leader's integrity. The Archbishop voiced confidence that President Dissanayake would fulfill his promise to hold those responsible for the attacks accountable and deliver justice.
The University of Jaffna and the Catholic Students' Union celebrated their Golden Jubilee on Sunday, October 6th, with a series of special events at the Good Shepherd Center. Organized by the university's Department of Christian Civilization, the celebration commemorated the 50 years of contribution from both institutions, which were officially inaugurated on the same date in 1974 by then Prime Minister Sri Mavo Bandaranayake. The Golden Jubilee celebration commenced with a Holy Mass presided over by Reverend Father J. Seelan, the union's first spiritual director. This was followed by a remembrance of Mr. Andres Pillai Vimaladasan, the union's first student leader, who was killed by Sri Lankan forces in 1983. After the religious ceremony, University Vice Chancellor Professor Sri Sadguna Raja delivered a spiritual address at a memorial event. The day concluded with the release of a book titled University of Jaffna Catholic Students' Union, and Good Shepherd Center, a 50 years retrospective that documents the history and influence of the union over the past 5 decades. Reverend Father Gerard Savarimuthu paid tribute to Mr. Andres Pillai Vimaladasan, emphasizing his significant role in the union's development. The event concluded with an exhibition showcasing important milestones in the union's history, attended by the university's Vice Chancellor, members of the academic community, students, alumni and religious leaders from various faiths.
Reverend Father Mark Andre, Director General of the IVD Congregation, arrived in Sri Lanka on October 20th for a pastoral visit. During his trip, he is visiting various IVD missionary centers across the country. His visit began with meetings with Right Reverend Dr. Valence Mendes and Right Reverend Dr. Nishant Silva, the bishops of the Diocese of Kandy and Badula, respectively. He also toured the IVD Major Seminary in Kandy. On October 21st, Reverend Father Mark Andre travelled to Jaffna to meet Right Reverend Dr. Justin Gnana Pragasam, the Bishop of the Diocese, and engaged with the IVD Minor Seminary community. He continued to the Diocese of Manna on October 22nd, where he met Right Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Fernando, Bishop of Manna, and participated in the ordination of Deacon Andrew Franklin Badmalingam on October 23rd. Reverend Father Mark Andre's itinerary during his pastoral visit to Sri Lanka included gatherings with local congregations, notably at Our Lady of Victory Church in Pesalai and Infant Jesus Church in Kulandai Jesupuram. After visiting the IVD Minor Seminary in Jaffna and the community in Vavnia, he travelled to India on October 28th to meet IVD priests in Kerala and Tamil Nadu provinces. Father Andre is expected to return to Sri Lanka on November 1st for a meeting with Most Reverend Dr. Brian Udakwe, the Apostolic Nuncio to Sri Lanka. Father Andre is expected to return to Sri Lanka on November 1st for a meeting with Most Reverend Dr. Brian Udakwe, the Apostolic Nuncio to Sri Lanka.
Reverend Father Luis Ignacio Ruiz Alonso, the Superior General of the Oblates of Mary Immaculate Congregation, is currently visiting Sri Lanka. From October 14th to 23rd, he toured various Oblates communities in the Colombo province. His visit continues in the Jaffna province from October 24th to November 2nd. During his time in Jaffna, Father Alonso met with local communities and seminaries. He also participated in the diaconate ceremony on October 29th and is scheduled to attend the ordination ceremony on October 31st. Father Alonso, born in Spain in 1963 and ordained in 1988, has served in various locations across Spain and in the Western Sahara from 2017 to 2022. In March 2022, he was elected as the 14th Superior General during the 37th General Assembly in Rome.
Reverend Sister Dorina Zanoni, the Superior General, and Reverend Sister Rose Paul, the General Counselor of the Holy Cross Congregation, recently travelled to Sri Lanka, where they visited Holy Cross communities in the Jaffna Diocese. Their itinerary included St. Joseph Elders Home, Holy Cross Healthcare Centre, the Nursing Training College, St. Mary's Cathedral, and the communities in Gurunagar, Eludumattuval, and Parandan. On October 15th, they also met with Right Reverend Dr. Justin Gnana Pragasam, the Bishop of Jaffna, at the Bishop's house.
The Jaffna Diocese Priests Union hosted a memorial lecture for late Right Reverend Dr. Deogupillai on October 14th at the Padhavalan Hall in Jaffna. The event was chaired by Reverend Father Ananda Kumar, President of the Union, and featured a memorial lecture by Reverend Father Devaraja Raviraj, a lecturer at St. Francis Xavier's Major Seminary. His presentation was titled An Ethical Perspective on the Backgrounds of the Discussions on the Pros and Cons of In Vitro Fertilization. The lecture was attended by Right Reverend Dr. Justin Gnana Pragasam, Bishop of the Diocese of Jaffna, who served as the chief guest, alongside numerous priests, religious figures, seminary students, university students, and nursing students. This annual memorial lecture, which began in 2008, via its 16th iteration this year, continuing to honor the enduring contribution of late Right Reverend Dr. Deogupillai.
The ceremonies for the ordination of deacons and the acceptance of candidates into lay ministers, lectors and acolytes took place at St. Francis Xavier's Major Seminary in Kolambuthurai, Jaffna on October 19th. In the event, organized by Reverend Father Dayabaran, Rector of St. Francis Xavier's Major Seminary, Right Reverend Dr. Justin Gnanapragasam, Bishop of Jaffna, presided over the Eucharistic celebration. During the ceremony at the seminary chapel, brothers from the Jaffna Diocese, Pondrasa Dinushan, Louis Anthony Rock Bastian, Alexander Rohan Dioni, Christiana Raja Rohan, and Brother Sagayadas and Vimalraj of the OMI congregation were ordained as deacons. Additionally, 20 brothers from the Diocese of Jaffna, Manna, Colombo, Badula and Trincomalee, along with members of the Franciscan congregation, were appointed as lectors and acolytes. The ceremony was attended by priests, nuns, religious and laity.
Reverend Father Godwin Camilo Sena has been appointed as the Provincial Superior of the IVD congregation in Sri Lanka. The appointment was made by Reverend Father Mark Andre, the Director General of the IVD congregation in Trios Rivers, Montreal on October 1st. Ordained in 2014, Reverend Father Sena has held various roles within the church, including Assistant Parish Priest in Bangalai and Parish Priest in Parapangandal in Manna Diocese. He has also served as Rector of both the Major Seminary in Kandy and the Minor Seminary in Jaffna, as well as Assistant Parish Priest at Monaragala and Badulla Cathedrals.
The National Assembly of St. Vincent de Paul Society in Sri Lanka held its meeting and elected a new executive committee on October 5th at St. Joseph's Church, Grand Pass, Colombo. The event was headed by Spiritual Director Reverend Father Jude Raj and chaired by Sister Cyril Silva, the President. Right Reverend Dr. Maxwell De Silva, the Bishop in charge for St. Vincent de Paul Society, presided over the Holy Mass. Following the Mass, the election of the new committee took place. Brother Alai from the Colombo Archdiocese was elected as the new national president, while Sister Maria Naigi from Jaffna Diocese was elected as vice president. The event was attended by Reverend Father Nesanayagam, spiritual director of the Jaffna Diocese St. Vincent de Paul Society, along with 39 other members from the society.
The National Social Communication Commission meeting held on October 16th and 17th in the Diocese of Jaffna. Organized by Reverend Father Anton Stephen, the Director of the Jaffna Diocesan Commission, the event included a community engagement and a meeting for the diocesan directors. The opening ceremony took place on October 16th at St. James Church in Gurunahar, where Right Reverend Dr. Maxwell De Silva, the Auxiliary Bishop of Colombo, along with the National Director Reverend Father Jude Krishantha and other diocesan directors, were warmly welcomed with garlands. In this event, artistic performances were held under the guidance of Reverend Father Jarvis, the parish priest of Gurunahar, featuring plays such as Nadumaratin Kani and Marame Vidhi mime drama. The following morning, events continued at Marai Nadi Catholic Media Center, where the Holy Mass was presided over by Right Reverend Dr. Maxwell De Silva, followed by the meeting. Right Reverend Dr. Justin Gnanapragasam, the Bishop of Jaffna, also participated in this session. 8 directors from various dioceses were present at the meeting. To end the monthly news bulletin, here are the headlines once again. 37th Commemoration of Jaffna Teaching Hospital Massacre.
Sri Lankan President meets victims' families, promises justice for 2019 Easter attacks.
16th Memorial Lectures honors late Right Reverend Dr. Deogupillai in Jaffna.
Director Generals of various congregations visit Jaffna Diocese.
Jaffna University marks Golden Jubilee with special celebrations. Thank you for watching. Vanakkam.